All right, so we're going to get started now, guys. Nick is going to show you how to install two types of field installable connectors for you today. He also sent out, or I also sent out a Word document for you guys to look over. I will show you what that Word document looks like real quick. This just has some basic information on how these connectors work and a few stats on them, why we use them. If you didn't have time to look over it prior to the meeting today, that's fine. You can just keep in your records and take a look at it later. But this will show you how these are installed. So did you want to start, Nick?
Yeah. So first thing we're going to go over is I'm just going to show you guys the 4 different types of HIP connectors we do. We have a rock drop HIP connector, it's compression, you can see it right here. We have a flat drop HIP connector, compression as well. This also comes in a heat shrink version. We have the speed flex HIP connector and the round drop HIP connector. We also, I think there's a lag. Maybe. The last one? Yeah. Here's the round drop. So we have round drop, speed flex, rock drop, and flat drop. Heat shrink options as well. Here's the 900 micron Surelight connector. This is what the article I sent you guys is about. We also have different templates for the different HIP connectors. Orange is for a round drop. Green is for the flat drop, the heat shrink version. And red is for flat drop compression seal. So just for the Surelight connector, you need 3 pieces of equipment to install this right here. You need a fiber stripper, a cleaver, this or a precision cleaver, and you also need the VFL. So technicians have, there's a bunch of different types of VFLs, but this is the one that we sell in our toolkit. To install the flat drop, it's recommended that you have a template. You're going to need fiber strippers again. You're going to need this crimp tool, precision cleaver or this cleaver, Kevlar snips, a stripper for the flat drop, a marker, and a VFL. And all of this stuff is sold inside this toolkit right here. This is on our website. You can get it with a precision cleaver or just a regular cleaver. That is also covered in this on the back page where it shows bundling. Now Colin's going to show you guys the training videos we have on our website of the Surelight and the compression.
All right, guys, so I'm going to show you how to get to these 2 from our homepage on our website. You guys should all see up on your screens now the multi-link homepage. For this, we're going to go to telecommunications, or fiber rather. Wait for that to pull up. Fiber connectivity. Click on that. Click on field installable. And then any one of these products has the video on the web page for it. So you click that. You'll scroll down a little bit to this features tab, if it'll load. And here's a quick YouTube video on it. You can also find these on our YouTube channel. So you can just, it's like a little animation. If you need a reminder of the things we covered in the lesson today, you can watch this. Okay. you want to watch the whole thing? Okay. Hold on, I'm going to restart it, guys. All right, guys, so that was that video. Do you want to do the HIP one now? All right, now I'm going to show you how to find the video for the HIP connectors. That, again, was the Shore Light. Again, we're going to do fibers and fiber connectivity. Click on HIP down here. And then scroll down once you click on one of the HIP products, and in the same spot as the last one, you will find another animated video also showing you how to install these. So we're going to watch this real quick. Sorry about that. All right, so that's that video. We'll send you guys an email later with links to those videos as well as instructions on how to get to each of them. What we're going to do now on your screen, you should see Nick. He is going to be showing you how to install these today. So I'm going to pass it over to Nick. If anybody has any questions, please type them in the chat while we're doing this.
All right, guys, we're going to go over the 900 micron Surelight connector first. Like I said earlier, you need a VFL, fiber stripper, and a cleaver. So you just need these 3 tools right here. Still installable, in case you don't know, it comes in a little bag just like this. It's got a sticker template on the front that shows you the exact measurements you need to know in order to properly prep the fiber. Inside the bag are 3 main components. You have the connector itself with the dust cap and the retainer clip as seen in the video. You have a piece of furcation tubing. This is if you're dealing with 125 micron or bare fiber. You can slide this over the fiber and the compression goes down onto the tubing. It helps protect it. And the compression boot. So when you're installing it, step 1 is to slide the boot on. Take your fiber strippers, strip away the jacketing and the clear coating. You take an alcohol wipe, take your cleaver, cleave it at the 17 millimeter mark, just like in the video. Like that. Take your VFL and your connector, dust cap off. Then when you light up the connector, you'll see that it glows red. That's because the inside of the connector is filled with index matching gel. Inside the index matching gel is a little fiber just like this that ends somewhere in the middle of it. Now, when you insert the fiber into the connector, there's a V-shaped groove that grabs the fiber and it tapers down. It slides the fiber into the other fiber. And you'll actually be able to see the light dim. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's dim now. It dims when you make a good connection. So once it goes dim, you just press down on the window. Slide your boot up. You got to push and twist a little bit and make sure that you get it securely fastened. And then if you look here on the fiber, you can see the light coming outside. So that's that. You can reuse this up to 5 times. The way you do that is you take this boot off, and what you don't see in the boot when you install it is this little plastic crimp ring right there. So a lot of people, they'll take the boot off and try to rip the fiber out, not realizing that there's actually a plastic crimp inside, and it'll result in breaking the fiber or ruining the connector. So you take the boot off, then you take this plastic crimp ring and you kind of have to twist it, and that just slides right off. Then you take the retainer clip, flip the connector over. There's prongs, and then there's these little holes in the back of the connector. You just push that on and your fiber slides right out. So after you pull it out, you'd obviously re-prep the fiber and reinstall. Just slides in to that V-shaped groove. Goes dim again. Slide this up. All right, and that's that. So right there, you have a 0.3 typical dB loss. Like I said, reusable up to 5 times. Really inexpensive, cheap, and easy solution. Next, we're going to move on and do the HIP flat drop compression.
Approximately how long it takes somebody experienced to do that?
Yeah, so I was kind of talking through it, but for the most part, it takes less than 2 minutes if you know what you're doing to install this. Often, I mean, if I wasn't explaining it and I was just going through it, I could install this probably in 45 seconds. I mean, it's really fast and really simple. The HIP is a little, I mean, it's a good bit longer than this, but this is definitely under a 2-minute installation. So now we move on to flat drop. So I'm going to use the orange flat drop compression template. And then this is the packet that the flat drop compression fitting comes in. So inside is the same thing that you see in the other field installable. It just has the outer layer taken off. Same type of connector, SCAPT, that goes inside. I just take those out of the bag, set these aside. And then there's different components. Some of the components slide onto the flat drop before the install, and 3 of the components stay off of the flat drop until the install. So I have all the components laid out right there. You come over,
Move the components forward there to be able to see them.
right towards me. I just there. So these are all the components. I lay them out. These ones you put on the flat drop before the install. These go after, and then this is the connector. So first thing is first, like the video, you put this on. And what I like to do, it's not in the video, but I like to put a zip tie on the flat drop. Keeps the components from sliding all the way to the floor. Put the rubber boot on. And this kind of takes some strength to get it on there. You take your tether, coupler, and your housing, then your crimp ring. So now we prep, you strip the flat drop. I'm gonna actually restart this. The crimp is too big. Got one of those. So what I did was I just over crimped the side. You said these blades were new.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Yeah. Zooming through it. Alcohol wipe again. Here's the new bag full of components. I just need the connector and the crimp ring. Throw in everything. Put that crimp ring. That is old. There. So now we go back to the cleaver. So now we have the connector portion again. Take your boot, boot on, dust cap, retainer clip, put this on the VFL, turn the light on. You can see the index matching gel. All right. Connector is on now. Hit the dust cap. Put the dust cap on. Come back over to your template. Make sure it's lined up properly. Don't crimp it too hard. Now we'll try this part again. So you get this piece, and this piece right here. Lay this over the crimp ring. Have your connector seated in the middle. Lay that end over the crimp ring. So you see the tracks on top. Put this side with the tracks on top. Just slide it over till it locks in place. So now you have this arrow on the housing down here. That goes over the top. That just slides over just like that. A lot easier when you don't over crimp. So now you have the rubber boot. Just slide the rubber boot up just like that. It goes right underneath these prongs. You push it up in there. There's a line on the boot that tells you when to stop pushing it up underneath the housing. You have your coupler up here. That slides over the housing. Tether right here. And this is the compression component. So as this screws on, it tightens that rubber around the flat drop, keeping the elements out. And the tether right here just goes up top. Screws together, and that's a flat drop compression fitting. Just like that. So now we'll go over the paper or the article that's in you guys' inbox that Colin sent to you this morning. What this is for you guys or customers that want to know a little bit of information, general knowledge about the Surelight connector. Okay, yeah. What it talks about is it just talks about the different sizes, 250, 900, 2 millimeter, and 3 millimeter that work with the Surelight connector. It talks about why using mechanical splicing, where to use mechanical splicing in your network, what its benefits are. And then it goes into the solution. So on the second page, it talks about what the uses are. So not only where in the network it is to be used, but what kind of network it's designed to be used in. And then if you go to the last page, it gives a visual representation of what the index matching gel, the window, looks like before you have a properly seated fiber, so the top left corner, and then the dim light. So as you can see, when you properly seat the fiber, it doesn't completely dim. It's just, you know, a slight difference. And if you pay close enough attention while you're doing it, you could actually see the fiber inside of the window. And then below that is a table. It's all of the performance specs. As you can see, we have a typical loss of 0.3 dB, max 0.5 dB. A lot of our internal testing shows less than that, which is something I sometimes mention. And then below that is the bundling section. That talks about the toolkit and all of the tools that come with it. It includes both options, the precision cleave and the handheld cleaver. And then it says for more information, just go to our website. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys, and open it up to questions.
I want to talk about that, how the rock and the round are mirrored the same. Pretty much the only difference is they put together basically the same. Except the template's a little bit different.
The template's the same.
It's not the same.
You reading it?
Yeah, none yet.
Since round and,
Right. Not flat. Rock and round is different though.
yeah. So about the templates, Tony brings up a good point. The templates are not all the same. Like I mentioned, they are for different types of fiber, but the same installation steps apply. The templates are just shaped a little bit differently. As far as the flat drop heat shrink, it's the same as the flat drop, Red's flat drop. But as far as the round rock drop, if you look, I don't know if you can see, but where you lay the fiber to measure out how it is prepped is shaped like round drop or rock drop. And the installation is a little bit different, but it's pretty self-explanatory, especially if you use this template.
Process.
Yeah.
Process is the same. Process is the same. Measurements are different.
Hey, Nick. Mike Walsh asks, are we providing templates with a minimum purchase?
That's, we can discuss that. We can discuss it, but right now, they would have to order it.
I don't know if you could hear that.
Yeah.
All right, now he's from Will. Does the sticker on the connector bag say which color template to use?
No,
No.
but connector template,
Actually,
rock and round says rock and round on the bottom.
Okay.
it tells you what fiber it is for. So on this one, this is for the flat drop HIP connector. You can see right above my finger, it's not focusing, but you can see that it says flat drop right there. Yeah. But right above my fingernail, it says flat drop. So if you had round drop, rock drop, or speed flex, it should indicate what type of fiber you're using, but it doesn't tell you the color of the template. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike says the color coding would be a good idea. It could be a suggestion we might take into account there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let's just tell them, I'm going to send out a survey with input.
So we're going to send a little survey for input after the training today, just to see what you guys thought of it, any suggestions. obviously things didn't go perfectly smoothly. I'm sorry about the phone audio. I've never used this computer with this program before, so we'll have to do that better next time. But yeah, I'll also be sending out links to those videos today, and again, maybe another copy of Nick's document. Oh, and the recorded video session, we're probably going to be putting that on YouTube as well. We're recording that to Nick's computer, and we'll either do Google Drive or YouTube, but we'll let you know by the end of today what we're going to be doing with that and where you can find it. All right, well, thank you, everyone, unless anybody, oh, what product is the next training on? Dave, you were working on the schedule for that, right?
We'll send out the schedule.
Okay. Dave Hansel's going to send up the schedule for you guys sometime today.
For the next two.
Alrighty. We'll stay on for another 5 minutes maybe. See if anybody has any other questions. So speak now or hold your peace. And also, if you would like to unmute yourself on the phone, you can talk to the phone as well. Will we be accepting training suggestions? Asks Mario. Dave, will we be accepting training suggestions?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
I've got the next two courses already lined out by the survey that we all took.
Okay, yeah, using the survey that you guys took, Dave has the next 2 courses lined up, but there will be more slots in the future. Give it till 10:52 here, see if anybody else has anything they're wondering about. But if you guys don't have any questions, you're free to leave, you're free to go. Mike Walsh suggests FDH cabinets. That's one of them? Okay, yeah, Mike, looks like FDH cabinets is one of the next 2. Will these sessions be available for customers? Right now, we're only doing these product trainings for the sales team. We are going to start trying to do webinars for public use, but that would more so be like a general training that also focuses on multi-link products. So I don't necessarily know if it would be a training just like this one. Other companies who do these kinds of things tend to make it informative, so a broad amount of people sign up to watch them. But today's definitely won't be, just because it was a little bit of a trial run and we did have a few errors that we can correct for next time. But if we can get them looking very good for the sales team meetings, then yeah, no reason not to. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. But like I said, yeah, you guys are welcome to leave if you don't have any questions. We put the cat back on the camera. All right, excellent. Thank you, Mike and other Mike. Both Mikes, I appreciate it. All right. So no questions, it seems like. So we're gonna end the meeting here. Thank you guys for listening in. You guys should get an email by the end of the day with some more information, as well as a schedule from Dave Hansel. Thank you guys.